So we've seen this correction move to the downside play out of just under 9%. And this is following tapping into this region that I set out previously. And yeah, for as long as we continue to hold this level, we can still remain bullish. And here you can see that we are trading within this order block. And so there will be some buying pressure within this region. And so I am looking out for the bulls to continue to regain control of the market. And as you can see, we do have this green candlestick that's formed. And yeah, I am still tracking a 5-way structure, which I talked about in my previous update, where I mentioned that we have this move to the upside that could have formed the wave 1, and this move to the downside could have formed the wave 2, and then we have a wave 3 that's currently playing out right now, and then we could see a wave 4 and 5 play out in the next few days or a couple of weeks. And so this third wave will have to be made up of 5 waves, where we had this move to the upside where we tapped into this region that could have formed the wave 1, and then we had this corrected move to the downside to complete the wave 2, and then we have a wave 3 and 4 and 5 play out to then complete this third wave here. But of course, for this to happen, what we need is for ADA to hold this level here. And as far as this wave 2 goes, the wave 2 typically retraces anywhere between 50% to 80.2% of the wave 1. So if I bring in the fib tool and bring that to over here, and you can see that the 88.2% retrace level sits at 78.39 cents. And we ended up going slightly deeper than that level, where we ended up reaching 77.99 cents. And so, of course, this can be considered bearish, but it's still possible that this is a wave 2 for as long as we continue to hold this level here. And yeah, we'll be looking out for that third wave to the upside, where that third wave will have to reach a minimum target of the 1.618 retrace level. So if I remove this fib tool and bring in a new one, and bring this to over here, and so that wave 3 could potentially reach this level here at 91.64 cents. And then we'll see the wave 4 and 5 play out to then form this wave 3 here. Now, of course, if we do breach past the local bottom at 77.47 cents, then that will then confirm a WXY structure to the upside where we tapped into this region to complete the Y wave. And then we could see a deeper move to the downside to complete a bigger Y wave. And so if I remove some of this and remove this, I might as well remove this also. And so essentially what could form is a potential bigger WXY structure, with this being a W wave, this being an X wave, and this being a Y wave. And that Y wave would then complete this fourth wave here. And then we could see a final push to the upside to then complete this fifth wave. And if that's the case, if we do see a further move to the downside where we breach past this level here and this level here, whilst at the same time failing to find support at the yellow line, which is a key level of support and resistance, an alternative structure that could have formed is this move to the upside could be complete, where, for example, that could have been a wave 3, this could have been a wave 4, and this could have been a wave 5. And then we'll have this WXY structure forming. And so essentially what we could have forming is a bigger 5-way structure, where this 5-way structure could have formed the wave 1, and then where this WXY structure forming the wave 2. And then what we could have forming is a bigger wave 3, 4, and 5 to the upside. And so, yeah, whichever way you look at it, we are still bullish as it stands. It's just a case of determining which structure is actually forming as of right now. And so if I undo all this and revert back to my initial structure that I'm currently tracking, and so here you can see that on the 4-hour chart, we are within oversold conditions. And so I am looking out for the bulls to regain control of the market. And again, I did mention that we are trading within this order block where there is some buying pressure. And of course, we do have this green candlestick. And if I go on the 8-hour chart, what you can see is the RSI is now within the oversold conditions. And so the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And here you can see that we are finding support at the 50 EMA, which is a bullish signal. And so I am still looking out for that reversal to the upside. And on the daily chart, if I zoom out again, we are within the oversold conditions. And so I am looking out for that final push to the upside to complete this fifth wave. And then shortly after, we'll be looking out for that bigger retracement to the downside where we can then begin to track the wave 2. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the next few days or the next couple of weeks. And I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.